The deck.
We made it on the deck.
I made it on the deck. You were here last week.
I was here last week. Antonio wasn't here. If you guys can go back on the recap, recapping the recap from last week.
Recapping the recap. Yeah.
Welcome to On the Deck with the weekly recap.
Mhm.
My name is mikO Tolliver. You can find me around social media at mikO Tolliver, and I'm also here with Antonio Ortiz, who is
Yes, Antonio Ortiz, Director of Operations at KPFA, and you can find me on social media. I'm gonna make it into a treasure hunt. I'm kidding. I'm not really there posting, so
we're gonna work on that. I'm
Yes.
trying to bring him into the fold. We're getting there. Remember, that's actually why I was hired here at KPFA, so that I could get, make us more social.
That is mikO's goal of 2022. That by December, I will be posting consistently. I was about to say every day, but that is a full-time job, and I don't have time for that. But post a day might be. Post a week.
Post a week.
A post a month might be.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
It's really for anybody. It's for you out there to communicate with us in here on the deck, literally on the deck in downtown Berkeley at the KPFA radio station. Just want to say hello.
To our hearts. When she said in here.
In here.
Yes.
Look at our shirts. I wore the gray one today.
And I wore the black one.
I want like a more girly cut, if I'm going to be honest. So like moving forward, if we could get girl cuts. Or she, her.
I tell you mean more of a figure flattering cut, depending on what figure you have.
Yes,
right?
I would like something
for any type of body.
I would like something like that. All right, here we are at Upfront. We're recapping the week here at KPFA.
Here we are at Upfront.
Did I say that?
Yeah, here we are at Upfront.
Oh my goodness.
We're the new hosts of Upfront.
No, don't say that. Oh my goodness, we will so get in trouble. No, sorry. All right, here we are on the deck.
On the deck.
Recapping the week. You know why? It's because our first show that we're going to talk about is Upfront.
Yeah.
Right? It is Upfront. That happens weekdays starting at 7 a.m. We want to say something special about the particular Upfront that had happened this past Friday. And really what we're talking about is Jeanine Etter.
Yes. We want to say thank you to Jeanine Etter for all the stuff that she's done at the station. She has worn many hats and been at the station as long at the station as I have been at the station, from what I remember. And so she was the Friday host for Upfront. That's why we have the tie-in of Upfront before. Not that we are the hosts of Upfront.
No.
But she was hosting the Friday shows of Upfront. And so we want to say farewell to her. And this past Friday was a show about, it was an interview about conspiracy theories. And mikO here can talk more about that.
Well, yeah, the conspiracy. That was actually one of the things. It was actually Janine's last show. Because she's moving on. So long and farewell to Jeanine. Thank you for being here. We appreciate all that you've given to KPFA. And she did some highlights of some of her favorite interviews over the years that she's been there, starting with one on conspiracy theories, how they kind of take off in the world and why they're so powerful and why a crazy little idea could become this big, huge thing. There's power in a rumor. Yeah. So she played some interviews, starting with, she spoke one where she spoke with Spencer Sunshine, who's a PhD in sociology, and Ramesh Srinivasan. I want to make sure I get that right. Who's a faculty member in the UCLA Information Studies and Design Media Arts Department. So, Jeanine does some really, really great work, or really did some really great work here. And she wore a lot of hats, starting with, she was always the Friday morning host of Upfront. Now, usually Upfront always starts at 7 a.m. throughout the week. So it's Monday through Friday. But usually Monday through Thursday, it was Brian Edwards-Tegart and Kat Brooks. And then just on Friday, it would be Jeanine. So like I said, she pulled out some of her faves. Another one she did was a special on Black August, because we are now in the month of August. So aptly timed. And apparently, I guess Black August is a commemoration of Black resistance and honor, and it honors political prisoners. And so this interview was one where she spoke with Kalanji Jama Changa, who is the East Coast coordinator of the Black August Organizing Committee. So, and just a reminder, if you guys want to hear any of these episodes, all you have to do is go to the text of this post and you can read and check it out. And
also you can go to kpfa.org. In the archives page, just check out Upfront. Go to the Friday the 7th.
That was the 5th.
The 5th, yes. Friday, August 5th day. And then you can listen to the 7 o'clock in the morning archive for Upfront that Jeanine hosted.
Yes. So that was really sweet. Yeah. Jeanine
Yeah.
did a lot. She really did
Mm.
produce some really great interviews on
Mhm.
Upfront. I know Upfront is real serious business around here at KPFA. But
Mhm.
in addition to that, she also was kind of like a DJ,
Mhm.
right?
Yep. She
Yeah.
did a once a month show called Chocolate Octave that played on Thursday mornings at 12 in the morning, early morning. I guess you can think of it as Wednesday night.
I don't feel
And
like you can call it like I think it's the official
well, it's
start of.
officially Thursday. It's officially Thursday morning, but people call it. Is it called? People call it the after hours
See how
or
time you know it.
after? Yeah,
This is what the what is it? What's that clock? The 24-hour
the
clock.
24-hour
I
clock.
like to
Yeah.
call it metric time.
Hmm.
Metric
Yeah.
time is so hard for us Americans.
Yeah. I'm trying to use the 24-hour clock because it gets rid of confusion for 6 in the morning to maybe 8 in the morning. Usually, I don't know why, but sometimes people think it's in the if we're gonna meet at 9, they think 9 at night. I don't know why there's always confusion. So confusion happens, and so trying to use the 24-hour clock would be good. But then people here don't use the 24-hour clock, so then I have to put in both times. Anyways, that's a problem that is not a problem for you all. It's just something that I got to deal with. But that being said, let's go back to Jeanine, which is what we're talking about.
Wait, but real quick, so what's midnight if we're using the 24-hour clock? Is that
It's
zero?
zero.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then the music department showcase is Thursdays at
Zero
zero.
100 hours going to 200 hours.
Yes. And
Yes.
Jeanine did a show called Chocolate Octave
Hmm.
where she did songs that were soul, R&B, hip hop, and she did for
Hmm.
KPFA. And
Yeah.
she's going to be gone now, but we'll
Hmm.
still have the music department showcase, though, right?
Well, there's going to be a change to that because she was the other weeks was Al Glenn, and she was doing once a month. And so what Al's going to do is he's going to be doing it every week. And so it's going to be it's going to be sad, a farewell to Jeanine, who was doing it once a month. But the same host who's doing music department showcase, Al Glenn, will still continue to do it. We're just going to have a different name for it because he will have more ownership about what the
Ah,
name
I get
is
it. It will
and the
be one
description.
host. All
Yeah,
right.
be one host.
So, but okay, I think that's really good. But also, though, if you want to check out Janine's final show, because then also
Mhm.
on that show she played some of her favorite like all time top shows and tunes and stuff. She played something from back in like September, which I guess she really really super was into.
Mm.
So if you're down for that R&B, that soul, that
Mhm.
slow jams,
Mhm.
yeah. Hey.
Is that
Yeah.
how it is?
I don't know. It's what I'm doing. Um, and yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
Music Department Showcase Thursdays at 0000 hours, also known as midnight, 12 a.m.
12 a.m.
Very good. All right. And then
Yes.
again, one of the many hats that Jeanine also wore around here, she was also the producer for the Black History Month special. Now, just in case some of you guys, I know it's August, so it's not Black History Month,
Mhm.
but Black history is history all the time, so we can talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
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 All kinds of history, though. Gay
Yes.
history, Asian American history, because history is history, baby, right?
Mhm.
All right. But she would produce, it was a 12-hour broadcast that she would do once a year for
Mhm.
Black History Month.
Yeah.
And you can check that out. Again, just look at the post there, our text, and then you can go straight to the site. And if you can't find it, always go ahead and check out KPFA Radio 94.1 FM, kpfa.org.
Yep.
Find out about Black History Month. But
yeah. It happens every February, of course, for Black History Month. And then just know that the group that puts it together is the Amandla Collective, and she was the main point person who spearheaded every year for the past few years that I've been here. So she's been holding down the fort. So she will be missed. And looking forward to seeing what's going to happen for this upcoming year. But there's also kind of that, since she's been the anchor for it. Well, we're going to see what happens in February.
Jeanine Etter. We miss Jeanine Etter. Jeanine Etter is gone. And you can also, if you want to hear just a little highlight special of some of the great tunes that she did, go ahead and find out. I think I did a little highlight. I put in the post in the text a link to hour 2, right? Hour 2, which was an MLK speech that she did or that she highlighted, right? And that was MLK was, let's see, that speech was on May 26, 1963. Yeah. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. addressed nearly 40,000 people at Wrigley Field in South Los Angeles. So if you want to, check out a nice MLK speech, Jeanine pulled it. She put it a part of the Black History Month special. Jeanine Etter. Jeanine Etter wore so many hats around here. In addition to those 3 shows that we just talked about, she was also part of the labor board. the local, or the local, is it the local member board?
You mean the local station board?
The local station board. Yeah.
The local station board.
And she also worked as a news technical producer for the Pacifica Evening News. So if you're ever tuning into the news and you're just like, someone just played a clip, that was Jeanine.
Yeah, Monday through Thursdays. She was the technical producer for the news.
Yeah.
So they probably said it in the end of the show. Host and on the board, Jeanine Etter.
So thank you, Jeanine Etter. We're going to miss you. Thank you for all that you've done at KPFA. So those are the big recaps I'm going to say for this week. And I'm also going to point out we also have 2 new additions to our Area 94.1 podcast. Area 94.1 is our online only archives of like shows, podcasts, interviews. We've got 2 new additions this week. One, we have an interview, Richard Wolinsky. And again, Richard Wolinsky has been putting up a new interview every Sunday.
Yes.
His latest one is an interview with Michael Feinstein about his work with George and Ira Gershwin. So that's going to be really good. Check that out. Richard always has some nice stuff, and he is the host of Book Waves and Art Waves, so that's pretty dope too. Yeah. But that particular one it's the 4th in a series of interviews recorded for an abandoned documentary on George and Ira Gershwin. And so for 7 years, cabaret performer and American songmaster Michael Feinstein worked as an archivist for Ira Gershwin. And in that interview from 1991, he discussed a then recent recording of the 1927 Gershwin show, Strike Up the Band, and his work as an archivist. So check that out. That's got to actually be really, really nice.
I'm kind of intrigued because you wrote down abandoned documentary. Interesting way of saying it.
I did not write down abandoned documentary. I went to our website, www.kpfa.org, and I clicked in the area that says Area 94.1 podcast, and I actually did just a copy and paste of what that was up
But
there.
I'm just intrigued by that. They'll say abandoned doc. I mean, I know what it means, or I think I know what it means, that the documentary didn't happen. But it's just interesting to say it. It's an abandoned documentary.
I think that makes it more like interesting, because then people will be like, oh, it's like behind the scenes stuff that was never released.
Oh, that's what you think of? I thought that they didn't have their act together and they couldn't finish it, so that's why it was abandoned.
That's probably why everything that's not released doesn't get released. Yeah. But, I mean, if the person's popular and famous, I mean, there's abandoned albums from, like, John Lennon that are just unreleased. The unreleased tapes from the Beatles, right?
Well, you will not hear an abandoned OTD.
No. Right? Because we finished. Hey.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Right.
All right.
All right. And then also our second addition to the Area 94.1 podcast is actually a sample of a new show that we have, which is called Law and Disorder. I actually didn't make a title for that, but you should check it out. I can type it now. Talk about it. Talk about it.
So Law and Disorder is going to be a new show that's going to air on 8 a.m. on Monday the 15th. And it's for an hour, and it's going to be with Kat Brooks and Jesse Strauss. So that's going to be Monday through Thursday.
And it's what time and what days of the day and time?
Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice. So Law and Disorder. That's hosted by Kat Brooks. Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. You see that? I already had that.
There you go. You got it. You got it all set.
You like that?
So look forward to the first show. Hear what we have in store for you. It's going to be exciting. So
starts August 15th. So that's just next week. Oh, so that means next week we're going to be talking about, oh my God, we just had the new show, the new show. Right. All right. Yeah, that's great. And then, of course, it's that time that where we highlight a donor for the week. You want to say who our donor is this week?
I want to say Zora.
I think that's what it is. I was calling Zore from Sausalito, California. Thank you, Zore, for donating to the station. Remember that KPFA is 100% listener supported. So we exist from viewers like you, supporters like you, from our community. Yes. Thank you so much for helping us. And
thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be on this deck talking about what's going on at the station and announcing the cool stuff that we're doing.
Correctamundo. Good. And so with that, I want to remind you guys all to follow us on social media. That's Facebook at KPFA 94.1 or Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KPF Radio. And like our posts, share them, comment. We respond to them as well. And just tell your friends about them. Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Yeah. And just to remind you, my name is mikO Tolliver. You can follow me around social media at mikO Tolliver. This is also Antonio Ortiz, who is very incognito.
Yes, very incognito. So sharing is caring. Share with your friends what we do online and on the radio.
Thank you guys for tuning in to On the Deck with the weekly recap. We will see you guys next week. Find out more information by visiting kpfa.org, and tune into KPFA Radio at 94.1 FM.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. I did it like I was on the radio.
Woohoo!
Bye.